Folks, welcome back to another wonderful adventure we are on. We're up here in Ransomville, New York for a little filming locations courtesy of On-Set Cinema. Now, casual horror fans may not know this movie, but hardcore ones sure will. This is Stonehaven Preserve, aka Camp Blackfoot. And this is the filming location for The Burning.
Thinking about being with someone where no one can see you, don't. Because this summer, a legend of terror isn't just a campfire story anymore.
They say he smashed his way through the bunk room door, just a mass of flames. Cried out, "I will return! I will have my revenge!" He lives on whatever he can catch. Right now, he's out there, watching, waiting.
Who's there?
What happened one summer 5 years ago is about to happen again, and again, and again. The Burning.
Give you a little 360 of this site. If I'm not mistaken, Stonehaven Preserve is a Boy Scout camp. But boy, those Boy Scouts only knew what happened here in 1981. Right there, that's the killer in the film.
The first time I did a photo op with the two of them,
goes by the name Cropsey, but the back of his cover I'll say coroner. But his main source of weapon of choice, I should say, are those garden shears right there. He looks very sad because I don't think he's had a chance to murder anyone yet, but it's coming. There you go. His head's real down. There he is. Look at him. The Cropsey killer was burned really bad in the opening of the film, hence the name The Burning. But today, he's very sad. So Cropsey's out there with his garden shears. Those are real shears, by the way. I saw he was over here cutting some weeds. Oh, he's taking a little break. He's just waiting for the sun to go down, probably to do a little murder. Huh. Okay. Apparently he's being a little sexy for us. Look at him. Unbelievable. He's hilarious. Yeah, he was over there cutting weeds earlier with those garden shears. I don't know. Guess he's just buying time until his first kill. All right, here he comes. This guy's a little menacing, though. Oh, he was distracted by a beautiful dandelion. Nope, nope. Not sure what that is. By the way, I said in the intro, I think that this is an active Boy Scout camp, but I just heard through the grapevine this is no longer an active Boy Scout camp. It's still a camp, but not, you just littered, I think, but not an actual Boy Scout camp anymore. But again, don't quote me on that. Or this guy, I don't want to get anything wrong. This guy will definitely give me a vasectomy. What you are looking at is the exterior of the mess hall from the movie. Now, you do see it a couple times, the outside of this building. The first time you're going to see Todd come walking out those doors, headed right towards us, headed to the boys' cabin to let them know, hey, it's time to come down and have some chow. And here you're going to see the outside again when Woodstock, played by Fisher Stevens, who you may remember from the movie Short Circuit 1 and 2, leaves the mess hall to head back to the boys' cabin because he did not have his vitamin E pills. Now, when you see the inside of the mess hall in the film, the inside's much larger than how this building looks. That was actually filmed elsewhere. Now, from what I understand, that was filmed at a different campsite down towards central New York. But all exteriors were right here.
And then behind him, you can see a slant ceiling that's white, and it has a slant ceiling through here. And then it's very hard to see from here, but the white meets the wood. And there's this little, like, decorated detail that has, like, it's like, I don't know, like, it's like some sort of trim that goes like this. And you can barely see it if you look in here. But it is there, and you can see that it's clear as day behind Woodstock when he walks right out of here. And then he does the same thing. He goes this way, walks down there, and he goes past the little bridge.
Now, as Kenny was saying, when Woodstock comes out the doors, you can barely see where the white of the ceiling meets the wood paneling of the wall, that zigzaggy looking trim back behind him. It's very, very faint, but you can see it right there. Now we're looking through the window and you can see that white zigzaggy, I mean barely, but you also see that wood paneling on the wall as well. So according to Kenny from Onset Cinema, this campground has been sold and they're going to demolish the cabins probably within the year. It's not really confirmed. I hope that doesn't happen. You know, give other people, fans of the movie, to come out here and do another one of his Onset Cinemas. But boy, what a shame if that happens. But boy, look at these woods. You can see somebody could be out there just waiting. Check it out. Out here by the boys' cabin on the side. It's this pile of rocks. I don't know. Could it be where Cropsy would catch his kills, cook them, and eat them? I really don't know. But it's fun to speculate, right? Out here at Camp Blackfoot. Cropsy could be anywhere in these trees, but boy, is it creepy out here. It's just abandoned. Except for us. And again, my horror heart is beating fast because this is awesome. This may never be done again if they do tear these cabins down. But hopefully Kenny will be able to come here on an annual basis and show the movie and show the locations. Because if you ask me, it's a horror movie not many people talk about. I don't know why, but all the summer camp movie massacres and horror movies in the 80s, this one always seems to get overlooked. This definitely is giving me some 1980s horror movie vibes. Not just horror, any horror movie. 80s horror movies that take place at a summer camp. Like The Burning. Now this cabin right here may look like it was used in the film, but it was confirmed that it was not. But boy, does it look like something you'd see in a 1980s summer camp massacre. What you are looking at right now is the exterior of the boys' cabin. Now, we are going to go inside the boys' cabin in just a few, but this is also where Kenny will be showing a screening of the movie inside. Now, he did mention that the girls' cabin seems to be demolished. It's nowhere to be found, no remnants of anything, so the only cabin left standing is this boys' cabin. But you see that beautiful chimney right there? You'll see it right here in this shot from the movie. Right about here where those people are standing. Right about the view Cropsey would have had, looking up at the door. And that's also the cabin where we will be watching The Burning itself. Kenny also shows you the film. He doesn't just show you the locations, he shows you the film. Hence the name On Set Cinema. Welcome to the interior of the boys' cabin. We're going to show you a few shots from the movie, so let's take a little look around. Now right now Kenny is showing us where a couple of the boys were in the movie. To the left, what he's showing, that's where Glazer was laying. He's the blonde-headed punk from the movie. And over here to the right, that's where the nerdy, quiet, shy guy, some might say sketchy, that's where Alfred was lying. And now if you look at the ends of those beds, you see how those bars form an X shape? I don't know if those are the same bunks or not, but that's the very same X shape as you see in the shot. Right here would have been Alfred's perspective looking over at Glazer in that top bunk. And you're going to see over to the left that stone fireplace where the two boys are playing cards. It's where Dave walks in and he hands out a Hustler magazine and a Playboy magazine. Get up a little closer to that fireplace over to the right. You're going to see it behind the boys playing cards and Dave walking in again. But you're also going to see a little basketball hoop right there to the left of the door.
How you doing? Whoa! Hey, he's under, he's up. He's in there. All right. Who ordered the Playboy?
Wanted to get up close to that stone fireplace that you can see in the background while they're sitting here playing cards. But that is the one. It is still pretty much all intact.
Whoa, what's up, man?
This is where Alfred sees Cropsey through the second door. There was a window right there. All right, who's ready for some burning fun facts? Now, the antagonist in the movie, his name is Cropsey. But did you know that the Cropsey killer in The Burning is inspired by an urban legend from the Hudson Valley in upstate New York? Now, this urban legend was often told around campfires. Thus, the movie was set as a summer camp and the character was called Cropsey. Makes sense to me. Now, the film's original title was not The Burning. It was called The Cropsey Maniac. Now, if you're familiar with Tom Savini, famous makeup special effects artist, he did the effects on this movie. He wanted to do it so much that he turned down an offer to do Friday the 13th Part 2, even after doing the effects for the original 1 year earlier. Now, Tom Savini admitted that part of the reason he turned down Friday the 13th Part 2 was disagreeing with the plot point of having Jason be an adult when he was just a child in the last movie. Now, Savini reportedly only had 3 days to come up with the burn makeup for Cropsy's face, and he was largely unsatisfied with how it looked. I don't know, you tell me. Despite being heavily compared to Friday the 13th, the script and production for The Burning started before that movie did. It just took longer for each step, which is why Friday the 13th was released first. Now in the movie, you're going to see a very young Jason Alexander, Fisher Stevens, and a young Holly Hunter. These were their first acting roles. Now, the filming for The Burning lasted 5 weeks between August and September of 1980. And those, my friends, are your fun facts for The Burning. As you can see, we are headed over to the man-made lake. But first, it's time to have some s'mores.
Let's just start the s'mores. We always need one person. Yes.
Liz.
We got extendos.
So in this scene, you're going to see them making a raft. They ended up taking a canoe trip downriver and lose all the canoes. So to get back to the campsite, they have to make their own raft, as you see them doing right here. Now, the scene where all that happened was right here, on this little piece of land extending out into the beautiful man-made lake that you see right in front of you. This is where the raft making scene took place.
Listen up, Eddie's in charge now, all right? Okay, he'll get you back to main camp. Eddie, no side trips, straight back to camp, right?
Remember, it's just like paddling a canoe. Try to make good times so you get there before dark.
This is an egg beater I got here. If I'm not back by tomorrow, send in the Marines.
Yeah, send in the Marines.
All right, here we go. Little bumble out here. Let's go.
From making the raft to launching the raft, that happened right over here. You see where Kenny and Cropsy are standing. You're going to see the campers gathered round. You're going to see Todd and Meixsell in the water, the 5 campers on the raft. They push it out into the lake. Now, if they only knew the horrific death that awaited those 5 campers. Now you see that little piece of land that's kind of protruding out into the lake. You're going to see the raft come right around that extended piece of land with the 5 campers on it, all dead from the Cropsy massacre. And you're going to see the campers kind of standing around wondering what's going on. Something doesn't seem right. So Meixsell decides to go jump into the lake and go check out that raft.
Is Alfred there?
Hey, there's Todd.
Where?
Hey, Todd! Do something about the raft!
Now at this point in the movie, Todd appears and he knows something's not right. He knows there's a killer on the loose, but he appears right over there where that dirt path is. You see where it's sloping down a little bit into the lake. That's where Todd is standing, and he's watching Meixsell swim out there to the raft where the 5 campers have all been massacred by Cropsy and his garden shears. That's where Meixsell gets to the raft and finds a severed arm. And that all happened right here on this beautiful man-made lake. Now, if you haven't seen the movie, here's a bit of a spoiler alert. At the end, you're going to see the cavalry coming in via helicopter over the tree line to that little area where Meixsell's waving her arms, telling them, hey, land here, here I am. So they land there. The rest of the campers, Meixsell, Todd, all rescued. And that is the tree line where you see the helicopter coming. And I'm standing right where the helicopter landed, where Meixsell was waving her arms. All right, folks, that's a wrap here from Camp Blackfoot, the Burning filming locations. Again, big thanks to Kenny Caperton for putting this together for On Set Cinema. I'm going to drop the link down below so you guys can look up any future events that he does, because they're worth going to. I'll tell you, but I've totally geeked out here. The Burning. First time done, and it's all thanks to Kenny and his team. That being said, see you down the road.
So don't look. He'll see you. Don't breathe. He'll hear you. Don't move.